You talk about the offense needing to control the ball. Why don't we do the opposite happen?
Well, we didn't control the football. We didn't run the ball very well. We run the ball in spurts tonight, but I'm just frustrated with the way we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Penalties for one thing. Our turnovers are coming off the hands of our own players, and we've got to clean that up. It's a combination where maybe the ball isn't exactly where it has to be. With that said, if you touch it, you should catch it. I'm not trying to blame anybody, but we certainly have to get better at the fundamentals.
Seemed like Ryan and either quarterbacks never had any time in the box.
Well, I don't agree with you. In the first half, they did. We held up pretty good with protection, where they were only bringing 4. But when it became evident that we couldn't run the ball very effectively, and then when we get down, 20-7, 20-0 or whatever, they could just lay their ears back and come. We knew that their defensive line and linebackers were very quick, and that was pretty obvious. We were out-athleted today.
Second defense and the secondary, thought did a great job. As battled out there as much as they could. They're out there for long drive after long drive after long drive, but they just kept fighting, and you forced them into field goals and turnovers, and they did everything they did.
Well, I think I agree with that, and I was really proud of the effort and the way they hung in there. They could have hung their heads. I don't know how many defensive touchdowns we gave up. We were able to stop them once they got to the red zone, which I'm very proud of, and so we can be very proud of their effort and the fact that they hung in there and got the turnovers, which is what we want to do. I'm struggling here for words because. With that said, we got to play the screens better, or the screens killed us tonight, and we got to tackle better in space. And I think that's part of youth on our part, and part of the fact that, again, athletically, they were superior to us today.
Seemed like offense just take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's not been. It doesn't seem like you can find that happy rhythm anymore.
We never got in a rhythm, and. For whatever reason, we just didn't get in a rhythm tonight, and I thought everything was just an effort. Nothing went smooth. Again, we saw spurts of things happen well, and then we just weren't able to sustain it, and for a number of reasons. And again, it's one thing to make a turnover; it's another thing to make a turnover that goes back for 6. And so again, we dug ourselves a bit of a hole. We weren't able to get out of it.
Bright spots in the game, Eric Vogel, Donald Payne. Talk about the performances those 2 guys turned in.
Well, Eric, I thought, stepped in for James Lagama. We knew that he was a very good punter, would have probably anywhere else in the conference would be starting. And he certainly stepped up, and the thing that he did not only with distance, but he also with accuracy. I mean, he punted the ball out of bounds a number of times with maximum distance and didn't give them returns. And so, I couldn't be more pleased with how he handled it. And then, Donald, I understand he had 20 tackles or something like that. I mean, he's always around the ball, and he's clearly our best player on defense. And I know that people in the league look at his numbers and say, "Can this really be real? Are we padding the stats?" And we're really not. He's around the ball all the time, and he's always coming up with interceptions and turnovers. And certainly, I'm extremely glad he's on our team.
3 straight games coming into this game, you felt like you grew. This game, maybe a step back. How do you turn that? How do you teach from that?
Well, I'm not willing to make that decision until I've seen the film. With that said, our growth was certainly not as great as it was in the previous 2 games, and we knew that these 3 games were going to be pretty physical, and I would be lying if I said that. The toll of the 2 previous may have had a little bit of an effect on us. I know certainly we have a few guys out, and we'll have more out after this week. But that's football. Everyone at this time of the year has people out and has people hurt. So you just got to overcome it. In some respects, we were able to come with the next man up, and in some respects, we didn't.
13 guys not dressed in their played. So.
Is that right? I didn't even know what that number was. Well, thanks for sharing that with me. I'll sleep better tonight.
And I know at least one more on crutches at the end of this game.
Yeah, Shane White looks like he hurt his knee, maybe an MCL or something. We're not sure. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him.
Back-to-back road trips now. How do you turn your attention toward taking the business back on the road.
Well, you do just what competitors do. You know, you try to, as I told the team tonight, you know, we're going to watch the film, put it behind us. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. They were a better team than us. That's the bottom line. And while I'm proud of the effort, I'm not proud of the execution offensively. And we got to go back and look at what we can and can't do. You know, back-to-back road trips, leaving on Thursday and getting up there. We seem to play better on the road. Hell, maybe we should just go for a whole road schedule. I can't figure it out. With that said, the teams we played at home have been much better than the teams we played on the road. So that probably has a little bit to do with it.
Good enough.